What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? It's the 15th of May today. Here we are at about $103.1 thousand. I'm not going to lie. I had a dream last night that we were at like 97K or lower. I thought we dropped. I'm like, oh no. My never going below $100,000 prediction came out to not be true. But here we are at the low today of $101,000. We did not break $100,000 last night. Even in my wildest nightmares, we didn't do that. Even in the bear's wildest dreams, we couldn't do it. We're probably not going to, you guys. I know there's a lot of people anticipating that we break out to the downside and that we come back, we find support back here. I think a lot of people have PTSD over this whole like 3-month, 4-month downtrend that we had over here. And every time we pumped, we pulled back, right? We're not going to pull back. We're in go time, go mode. Whenever we're in go mode, we don't pull back. We go, go. You know what I mean? Sometimes we pull back. And I do expect that after this next lift, we probably will pull back to the all-time high area and find support there or something like that. You never know, though. I'm not going to sell. I'm not going to be in a position where if the market takes off without me, that I'm left with my you know what in my hands and just standing there wondering what the hell. I thought we were going to get a dip. I'm not going to do that. I'm fully allocated. I think everybody should be fully allocated. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. That's just my thoughts here. If we're looking at this pattern for what it is, I do believe, as it continues to shape here, I do believe that we are in the form of a diamond top. It really is. We had the thought back with this drop, right? We had that thought, or maybe even after this pump, but as it's come into existence even a little bit more here, it really does look like a diamond top. So I think what's going to happen is, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but a lot of diamond tops that we've seen this bull market, we have seen some pretty significant diamond tops this bull market already. They've all broken to the downside, all of them, every single one of them. So I think people have a sour taste in their mouth whenever it comes to these diamond top patterns. They might think that they have to break out to the downside, and people are not aware of the full personality traits of these diamond top patterns, right? The diamond top, when they break out, and they're also known, by the way, not I keep saying not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but with diamond tops, with every pattern that you'll ever draw, you want to draw connecting the dots. You don't want to have outliers. You want it to be a very perfect kind of pattern, right? With diamond tops, that's not how it is. You can, and actually they do go outside of the limits, right? That's kind of how you know you have a diamond pattern, is that you've got some wicks outside of it, right? But just a lot of tight consistency with this little V in the middle, whether it's down or whether it's up, however it looks. That's a diamond pattern. And with this diamond pattern, with diamond tops, they're notorious for high velocity, volatile breakouts. So what that means is when you break out, it's high velocity. When you break out, it's high velocity. It's fast, much like how this was fast here. But after the breakout, they're also known, it's like 50-50. 50% of the time they do, 50% of the time they don't, where they break out from their breakout point, high velocity move, and then they pull back at a high velocity too normally. Sometimes it's slow, but most of the time it's at a high velocity too. And they pull back through the breakout point. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I think we're going to break out to the upside. I do think Bitcoin, looking on the daily time frame, it's not overextended right now, but we are pretty much in that overbought zone. We've been living there for a second. I think if we broke out to the upside on this diamond top pattern, that would give us a higher high in the RSI. We might reach for this level that we found resistance at last time. And being that we've been overbought this consistently for so long, that might actually give us a base to form a more significant correction off of. When this significant correction comes, it'll be from a higher price. So I don't believe that we'll go below these lows here. I don't believe that we'll go below 100K. But if we're up at like 109, 110,000, and then we dropped all the way back down here really fast, imagine all the panic, all the pandemonium that would be being had with people thinking we are going below 100K. We'll consolidate for a little bit of time and then break out into the end of the month, going into June and stuff like that, seeing higher prices. I don't know. It's just a story that I'm painting in my head. I can see it happening. But that does rely heavily on the idea that the diamond top, first off, breaks out to the upside, and then secondly, pulls back through the breakout point. Now, the pullback going through the breakout point, that's only about 50% of the time. It's it's a pretty standard procedure and expectation in diamond tops, but it's not a requirement. It doesn't have to happen. You very much could break out, little consolidation, and continue to move up higher. They're known, if not for the high velocity volatile moves, they're known for high velocity moves. So we really could. And looking at this here on a daily, let's use a 3-day time frame. looking at the 3-day time frame here, from an all-time high to the low here that we had back in April 7th there, that high to low, the next immediate fib target is 121K. If we break out of this diamond top and we see a push to 110K, 109K, you guys, closing above the 886 automatically makes me think we're going to the extended areas, right? To the 1272 to the 1618. So when we close any given day above $104.6 thousand, any week above $104.6 thousand, by the way of the fibs, the next thought in mind should be here. Because of this diamond top, maybe we get a false breakout and then we pull back down. You know, something like that could happen. But if we don't get that pullback, if we don't get the breakout and then the volatile move back, we don't shake out the markets, we might just genuinely move up to 121K. So there's a couple of paths ahead of us, right? $103,000 now, diamond top here. We break out, we'd go down probably to like 98, 97, $99,000, and then pull back up and see a miraculous recovery. If we break out to the top side here, we'll probably pull back down and then consolidate here further and then break out higher. Or if we break out here, maybe we don't get a pullback at all, right? It's like 50-50. Maybe we just continue going higher. Either way, regardless of what happens here, regardless of what, if it happens like this, if it happens like this, if it happens like this, whatever, when we start moving higher, the next target is undoubtedly $121,000. And there's no guarantee that we stop there. We definitely don't have to stop there. In fact, if we look at this throughout Bitcoin's whole existence in this bull cycle so far, right, here's the bear market low back in November. If we take well, let's start with this, a high to low here. You did not stop at the 1272 there at all. You touched it, and then the next 3-day period, you went on by, right? You closed right there on a 3-day period, but you kept moving very, very productively, very aggressively moving to the upside. From here, from a high to a low, did you stop at the 1272? No, you actually found support on it. You went all the way up just above the 1414, found support on the 1272, and then continued to build there. If we go to this high to low, a little bit more of a dramatic high to low here on this overall consolidation range, did we stop at the 1272? For about a week, for 6 days, we closed there one 3-day period, and the next 3-day period we were right there, but we continued to grow. We really didn't stop there. And actually the wicking high went all the way up to the 1414, not to the 1272. We take this from a high to a low right here. Did we stop at the 1272? Yes. Okay, this time we did stop at the 1272. And we consolidated there, and then we ran all the way up to the 2618. Very, very deep extension, right? Here, a little bit more of a significant kind of corrective phase here. High to low. Did we stop at the 1272? No, we did not. We continued to grow. We went all the way up to the 1886, 200 area, actually, right there. So from this high to low, are we going to stop at the 2272? Well, we've seen it where we stop a little bit. But each time that we stop there, we don't get these crazy corrections. We stop. If we do stop, we kind of consolidate here, and then we continue to run. So, you know, we'll see how it goes, but I'm thinking that this next run, however long we are at 121K, it's not going to be permanent, and that's not our next top. That's our next area to consider, but really, off of what we've seen this cycle so far, I think that the next area to consider should be something along this line here or above, right? Something around 140K or higher should be our next targets to really, really be considering. And, you know, I very much do believe that we will see prices at around 170 to 180K by the end of this endeavor, by the end of June, if not early July. That's the expectation. And it does all start here. It's just, I don't know. Nobody knows how it's going to look exactly. But while I'm sure a lot of people, you know, if we broke out here, they would think, okay, we're definitely going to get a pullback now. I mean, maybe they'll be right, but inevitably, I'm sure there's not a lot of people who are expecting that we'll be at 121,000 by the end of this month, right? It's the 15th of May. I'm talking about in the next 16 days, right? 16 days, 7 hours and 35 minutes. We'll be at prices that are not just at 121K, but 130K or higher. 130 to 140K is the high call of the month of May. We'll see if we get there. I don't know if I have anything else that I want to say. Let's look at the daily time frame real quick one more time. I would like it if today closed red. I'd like it if today closed red, even more red. If we could close below 102,000, that'd be great. Get this daily RSI out of the overbought zone. I think that'd be nice. And here you are out of the overbought zone, but just make no mistake. When we close red here and then we close green, that's going to mean that we're moving up higher, that we're ready to go, and it's going to be that next explosive phase, which likely does take us to new all-time highs. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.